Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Robert Parrish, Chris Flaherty, Elizabeth Fuller, Juliana McGrain with sports, Gretchen Carey with the community calendar, and Peter Brown with the weather. Thank you for joining us. The demolition of the Burlington Police Station got underway this week. Tad Stefanak sat down with Police Chief Thomas Brown to talk about the project, the anticipated timeline for opening the new station, and how the department is adjusting to its temporary location.
The old Burlington Police Department is under demolition. BNews asked Burlington Police Chief Brown about the timeline for the demo and the project.
So the demolition started in earnest yesterday. If you paid attention at all, they started to take the building down over the Sallyport garage area yesterday. According to the schedule right now, it's about a 3-week process for the demolition. You know, after that point, we should start to see some different working on the site. If you drive over there at all right now, you will see some heavy equipment over on the right side of the property. My understanding is they're digging out for the stormwater retention and the plans that have been submitted for, you know, all of the groundwork. So that's going on at the same time as the demolition.
We also asked the chief, best case scenario, when will the new police station be opened?
I am hoping no later than 2 years from right now, hopefully sooner, but we'll see. They're saying it's a 2-year process. I'm hoping that they come in under budget and under time.
BNews also checked in on how the department is adjusting to its temporary home at the old Vinebrook water plant.
The move went very well. We had a great moving company that was contracted to do the move. They had us over here literally in a day and a half. The operations that we've set up here are excellent. I think if you talk to any officer or employee in here, they'll tell you that it far exceeded our expectation. If you take a walk through here, it's all brand new. It's a great place to work for the couple of years while the new station's done, and then some other town departments will take it over in 2 years and have a good place to work. Again, I appreciate all the taxpayers coming out and supporting us. I think it's going to be a building that we're all going to be very proud of, and I'm looking forward to watching the process as it unfolds. I've certainly learned a lot about municipal construction, I can tell you that, so I'm looking forward to seeing the final product.
From the temporary home of the Burlington Police Department, I'm BNews reporter Tad Stefanak.
The Burlington Select Board unanimously approved a new appointment for the Burlington Fire Department this week. Greg Richardson was named Firefighter Paramedic, making the first recommended hire brought forward by newly appointed Fire Chief James Brown. Richardson brings several years of experience as a firefighter, paramedic, and EMT, and holds Firefighter 1 and 2 certifications, along with state and national paramedic credentials. Before the request, Chief Brown also took time to publicly recognize his predecessor, retired Chief Andy Connerty, who recently concluded a 32-year career with the department.
If I can just take a second, publicly thank and acknowledge retired Chief Connerty. Andy's last day was Friday. He put in 32 good years here, and for those of you who don't know, he actually got hired as a civilian dispatcher, so he held every position in the fire department. He's the only one. Civilian dispatcher, he and I got made lieutenant the same night. He was captain, training captain, assistant chief, and chief. And I'd just like to thank him for his leadership, his mentorship over the past 3 years up there, and as you all know, he's a quiet guy. He left with no fanfare, wanted none, but he definitely deserves the acknowledgement for what he's has moved us forward here. So I just want to publicly acknowledge Andy.
Burlington residents came out to learn more about their town and connect with one another at the 3rd annual Civic Expo. Veris Conley has the story.
On January 14th, the Burlington Buzz, in collaboration with the town of Burlington, put together a Civic Expo that took place at the Burlington High School. But what exactly is a Civic Expo?
So this is the 3rd annual Burlington Civic Expo, and it's really just an opportunity for residents to come get a feel for who is working for them in the town, what they do to enhance everybody's life on a day-to-day basis, and how they can get involved. We're really just trying to welcome people, but also let them know that there is an informational source in the town that they can turn to when they have questions, when they need anything, and really a source that's trying to connect the community together.
With the civic workers for the town of Burlington gathered under one roof, what were their thoughts on the expo?
So our table is for the food pantry. we have a sign up for the tables at the wine tasting, which is happening in February. And yeah, just some general information about our food pantry, how to get involved, how to reach us if you need help. It's just gaining awareness of the different organizations in town. Like, I've seen a couple already that I hadn't known existed before, so it's cool to see them and see familiar faces of people.
It's a great way to raise our exposure, raise our visibility with the community, so that's why we're here.
Our table is presenting what planning is. Most people don't know what we do, why we're here. What is planning? Is it financial? No, it's land use planning and how land is used in Burlington and kind of the zoning bylaw, the initiatives that we're undertaking, and kind of things we want to see in the future in the town. I think this is a really fantastic event. Planning is not a top-down profession. It comes from the bottom up. So anytime that we are able to educate people about what we do, it means that we are doing our job better.
So we're here from the library. We're going to be talking about our upcoming events, our services, and how we can connect residents with everything we offer. It's a really nice opportunity to engage with so many of the organizations and departments in town. Coming together around connecting community, of course, is something everyone here does, but it's really nice to see also our specifics and different areas that you can go to really get connected with something that you might need or maybe that you want.
Now with the community all in one place, what was the main driving force behind having this expo in the first place?
I really hope people take away that the people who are in this room, the people who are working for them on a day-to-day basis are their neighbors, they're people, they're volunteers for, a lot of folks are people who really care, and so I hope it makes dialogue easier to have. Seeing the way all of the groups were so enthusiastic and ready and really getting involved and being excited about it, it was really great to see the entire community together in one room. I hope it makes reaching out when people have questions and problems easier to do, and I hope that people know that they have somebody to talk to and count on and a way to get information.
This has been Varys Connolly from Hey, That Table Looks Familiar.
The Civic Expo, residents also had the chance to cast a different kind of vote. Attendees were invited to vote in Burlington's annual I Voted sticker contest, sponsored by the town clerk's office. Now in its third year, the contest features designs submitted by students from Burlington's elementary schools. This year's winning design was created by Reed Calandrelli and features the town gazebo. A runner-up design was also selected, and both stickers will be handed out to voters during Burlington's local election in the spring. The newest addition to the town common, an electronic message board that we've been eagerly waiting, is at the intersection of Cambridge and Bedford Streets, is nearing completion. Chris Flaherty has more.
Passing through town, you may have noticed the construction of the new electronic message board on the town common at the intersection of Cambridge and Bedford Street. This project has been long in the works in the hopes to boost communication between town organizations and residents.
Mike Runyon was the first one, to my knowledge, to bring it up. And, really it's a two-part goal. One is to make sure that we are communicating as effectively as possible to the community. And the other is to truly represent, who Burlington is. Our common is regionally known as, large, wonderful space. And what we had before, a couple of posts and a banner was not in mine and several others' opinions representative of who Burlington is. The submission process for utilizing the sign won't alter too much differently than how it works now. The Select Board's currently revising our policy on that to ensure that it meets the standards of the technology. Town departments will make their submission to Central Admin Office. It'll be reviewed and then sent to the board. Much like it is now. It's just the opportunity here is that we'll be able to have more than one singular thing up at a given time. We won't be held to a one banner system anymore. I think anytime you can see a project that you've spent a lot of time on, near its end is a wonderful thing. All of that time, all of that energy, all those resources put into it, it's a wonderful feeling, and it's a feeling that I hope that others share with me because everything that we do as elected officials is to benefit the community. This is for the community to look at and say, Burlington's accomplished this. We're here now.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
Keurig Dr. Pepper has renewed its lease for its Burlington headquarters, ensuring the company's coffee business will remain based in town. The agreement covers more than 270,000 square feet at 53 South Avenue, making it one of the largest office lease renewals in the Boston area in recent months, also one of the largest taxpayers. The renewal drew a positive response from the town's Economic Development Office, saying in a Facebook post, "Lease renewals matter. They signal confidence and long-term commitments. We're pleased to share that Dr. Keurig and Dr. Pepper and JDE Pete's Coffee plan to stay in Burlington. Under a plan first announced last summer, Keurig's coffee operations will remain in town while other beverage brands relocate out of state." In a unique post-holiday donation program, a whole bunch of flowers markets, Roses for Returns, invites community members to drop off unused clothing and household items for helpers and receive a bunch of roses to keep or share. Elizabeth Fuller has the story.
Stunning bouquets and kindness are blooming this January at a Whole Bunch Flower Market in Burlington. Celebrating its third year of giving back with Roses for Returns, anyone can swing by and exchange new unwanted gifts for a bouquet of roses.
My dear friend gave me a pink sweater, and there's nothing wrong with a pink sweater, but I'm like Charlie Brown. I wear the same thing every day. I don't need one, so I give it away. I took one look at the return line, and I'm like, I'm going to give them to charity. So about 3 years ago, I asked my dear friend Joyce, she has a charity here called Help Us, would you like the brand new returns? And she said yes. And I said, well, I have some extra roses in January, so maybe if somebody comes in and gives you a nice brand new gift, still in the wrap, I'll give them a bunch of roses.
We get requests from social workers, counselors, teachers in emergency need. So everything will be distributed according to nursing homes, rehab centers, schools, centers for children, kids that they battle in cancer, veterans. It's just incredible how many people they will benefit.
A request that we see a lot is hoodies, pajamas, sweatpants, boxers, underwear, essential needs, and toiletries are really very high on the list. We get a ton of requests for adult sizes or child sizes. We really accept, them all.
It's easy as pie. You just roll up anytime that we're open, and we're open 7 days a week, so it's pretty easy.
We can't thank John and Shannon enough for helping us out, and the whole community is really, really essential to helping us help as many people as we do.
Pick a beautiful rose bouquet when you drop off your donation by January 31st. I'm BNews reporter Elizabeth Fuller.
Up next, Peter Brown has the weather forecast for the holiday weekend, followed by a look at what's happening around town in the community.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your Community Calendar. On Thursday, January 22nd, from 7 to 8:30 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having a Zoom event called Madame Curie's Life and Work. For more information and to register, go to the library website. On Saturday, January 24th, from 6 to 9 p.m., the Memorial Elementary PTO is holding a fundraiser where you can watch the UMass Riverhawks take on the UMaine Black Bears. For more information, go to our website. On Friday, February 6th from 6 to 8 p.m., the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department is having the Special Someone Soiree at the Hilton in Woburn. For more information and to register, go to their website. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your Community Calendar.
It's flu season. You're probably planning to get your kids their flu shots, but remember to get yours too. Vaccinating your family is the best way to protect you and your kids from the flu. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Get your flu shot today.
Well, hello everyone, this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days. Here we are in 2026. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Now we are in the meat and potatoes of the winter season. For those of us who love the warm weather, this is our least favorite time of the year. And as we start out our period on Friday, yes, we are going to be very chilly out there after we had some pretty nice mild days out there in the Burlington area. And unfortunately, that trend is coming to an end as we head towards the next 7 to 10 days. Looks like we're going to be seeing a return to the similar pattern that we saw in most of December. So that winter chill has definitely come back. And as we get towards the end of next period, I know, hard to believe, getting in towards January 22nd, we should be seeing temperatures at this time of the year in the mid-30s. This is technically the coldest part of the year, so we only have to go up from here. So that is some good news, but it is going to definitely feel like the middle of January. The only thing that is kind of nice is we're gaining some of that light back in the afternoons now. The sun is setting later and later, now setting at 4:38. So that's a little bit of a bright bit of news as we head towards the middle of winter. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us in terms of temperatures and precipitation over the next 7 to 10 days. And yes, looking at our chances for temperatures over the next 7 to 10 days, again, we have been very used to this really going back towards the end of October. A fairly high chance here in New England, especially most of the eastern U.S. seeing a chance for below average temperatures. So we are definitely going to be feeling that winter chill. You're not even going to be able to escape it if you're traveling down into Florida. It's even going to be chilly down there. As we look at our precipitation chances, this is also something that we've been seeing quite a bit of over the past couple of weeks and couple of months here. It's actually going to be fairly dry again. It looks like we're going to be seeing average precipitation for this time of the year, but interestingly enough, to mention, we are actually starting to get into a fairly significant drought again. We had been chipping away at that summertime and early fall drought when we were having some rainstorms back in October, but if you notice out there, we have had very little snow. It has also been very little rain when we've been getting warmer weather, so we are actually in a fairly significant dry spell again here as we head in towards the middle of winter. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up, and yes, unfortunately, those 40s and 50s are long gone. Starting our period on Friday, it is going to be sunny, blustery out there, chilly, temperatures staying right around 30. As we get into it Saturday, temperatures are going to moderate a little bit. We're going to see a little bit of a weak disturbance coming through the area, and that might bring us, actually now it looks like maybe a little bit of some scattered rain showers on Saturday, especially as we get in towards the latter half of the day. And that could turn into some flurries into Sunday as the temperatures start to nosedive a bit. Now getting into Monday, going to be a long weekend coming up for those of you who do have to go to work. Unfortunately, we're going to be chilly out there again, and on Tuesday we're going to see an Arctic front moving through the area here. I actually think 32 might be a little bit generous right now after what I've been seeing lately. I think we're going to be struggling to get out of the upper 20s, and when we get in towards Wednesday, look at that. We are going to be in the low 20s. That actually might be a little bit warmer too. Some of the latest indications say we may be struggling to get out of the upper teens on Wednesday. So this is going to be the coldest air that we've seen since last winter here in the Burlington area. As we get into Thursday, we're going to see those temperatures moderate a little bit, with the temperatures getting up back near 30. But again, unfortunately, no real warmth coming back to us here in the Burlington area. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Up next, Juliana McGrain with BNEWS Sports.
Hey everyone, I'm Juliana McGrain with this week's Sports Report. Let's get right into it. Both the girls and boys basketball teams were on the road in Wilmington on the 9th. The girls came up short in a 45-43 defeat. Senior Ava Sakari had 14 points and 6 steals in the matchup. The boys came out on top 62-52, with Matt Gray scoring 19 points and Charlie Poehler with 17. Both teams then faced Woburn. The girls fell on the road 63-38, and the boys were home for that matchup, and we have the highlights.
The boys were back on their home court as league rival Woburn came to town. In the opening quarter, the Devils jumped out to an early lead, scoring 11 points, while the Tanners stayed within reach with 8. Burlington's defense held Woburn to just 9 points in the second quarter, while the Devils added 17 more on offense to take a 28-17 lead into the break. After the half, Burlington eased up slightly, allowing the Tanners to score 15 points. The Devils continued to produce offensively, adding 14 points of their own to maintain control at 40-32. Late in the fourth quarter, with 2:50 remaining, Woburn had cut the deficit just 1, trailing 44-43. Burlington responded immediately, closing the game on an 8-point run to put it away. The final score from the home court, Burlington 52, Woburn 47.
The boys are now 7-2 on the season and will host a 6-4 Stoneham Spartans team. On the ice, both the girls and boys hockey teams were on the road on the 7th against Melrose Red Raiders. The girls were tied 1-1 after regulation, but in overtime, the Raiders scored the game-winning shot 2-1. They are now 2-7. The boys outscored Melrose 5-1. Giacomo Bernadelli, Nick Tilapino, Jake Robitelli, and Matthew Olmschneider, as well as Ryan McElroy, scored. Both the teams returned home last weekend for a date with Wakefield, and we were there for all of the action.
It was a busy Saturday afternoon at the Burlington Ice Palace as Wakefield came to town for a doubleheader on the ice. The boys were up first. In the opening period, Ryan McElroy got the Devils on the board, with Matthew Olmschneider and Nick Tulipano also finding the back of the net. Goalie Colin McLeod came up with a key stop in the first period, stepping in to break up a Warriors breakaway and keep the momentum on Burlington's side. The Devils went on to earn a 3-1 victory. The girls followed with their matchup against Wakefield, with the Warriors pulling away in a 5-2 final. Hannah Scanlon and Sam Ciccolini scored the Devils' goals in the loss.
After a few days off, the boys were back on the road on the 14th in Wilmington, where they kept their winning streak alive after a 3-2 victory. Logan Nestor, Bernadelli, and James Gordon scored. The team is now 9-1 this season. The boys' indoor track team competed at the Northeast Invite Meet on the 10th. Senior Roy Kenyake finished 46 out of 100 in the 1-mile run, and junior Shane Sheehan placed 8 out of 23rd in the triple jump. Both the boys and girls hosted the Wakefield Warriors in Boston on the 12th. The boys had the league title on the line and just fell short, losing by 51-49. Top performers were in the 4x400 relay team, Perkins Augustin in the shot put, and Roy Kenyake in the mile. The boys finished the regular season with a 3-2 record. They still have plenty of competitions left, including the big Middlesex Meet Championship in February. The girls earned a 57-43 win, finishing the regular season at a 4-1. Top performances came from Leela Gilligan in the 600-meter, Grace Conti in the 2-mile, and Lila Kuhn in the high jump. Visit our website for a link and the full results. Both the teams still have plenty of competitions left, including the big Middlesex League Meet Championship in February. On the mat, the wrestling team lost in Melrose last Wednesday, 62-17. They picked up 3 wins on the night from sophomore Cameron Bonnell at 165 pounds, junior Josh Levitt at 215. Sophomore Max Schwartzman earned a victory in his 106 weight class. Schwartzman and Bonnell competed at the New York Eastern Classic this past weekend. Schwartzman won the first 2 matches to reach the quarterfinals, and Bonnell lost 2 of his matches. In the end, Burlington finished in 83rd place out of 181 teams. Back in Massachusetts, the team competed in the Weymouth Invite. Sophomores David Turnheim finished in 3rd, Lucas Abreu and Connor McElroy finished in 5th, while juniors Josh Levitt came in 6th. The Devils finished the day 12th place out of 15 teams and are now 11-8 on the season after a 41-39 loss at home to St. John's on the 14th. In swimming, the boys team is still searching for their first win after a 91-71 loss on the road in Lexington on the 12th. The 200 and 400 free relay teams narrowly missed postseason qualification, and Adrian J. Jock recorded a personal best in the 100 butterfly. We were there for the meet highlights in Malden, and we have the highlights.
The Red Devil swim team competed against Malden on Thursday afternoon, coming out on top with a 100-67 win. It marked the team's first victory of the season, and head coach Steve Papagno praised the group's dedication and effort.
Varying degrees of ability, real hard workers, real good strong work ethics. They come together as a team, we work really hard. This was a really good win for them.
Several athletes have already qualified for the postseason, including the 200 medley relay team, featuring Shea Woodbury.
He's teetering on the brink of, he's already qualified for states and sectionals a couple times over. Brandon Ruiz, he's qualified for states and sectionals a couple times over. And so did our 200 medley relay. They qualified for North sectionals, so it's going to be interesting to keep them going. But of course, as a coach, I just want them to go as fast as they can so we get some higher seeding in post-play.
And to cap off the win, Coach Papagno celebrated with a dip in the pool.
It was actually nice. It's hot in here tonight. It was kind of steamy, so I don't get thrown in very often, so it was good. It's a good thing I remembered that, I'm like, I should bring a change of clothes with me just in case. So.
From the Shawsheen Swimming Pool, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Sports.
The girls' gymnastic team opened the season with a close loss to Melrose, falling by a single point of 133 to 132. Senior Hannah Lee was the top performer with high scores on vault, bars, and floor exercises and the balance beam. The team then traveled to Wakefield on the 13th and picked up a 127 to 123 win. Top performers were Viv Paleo for vault and Hannah Lee on bars, balance beam, and floor exercise. They are now 1-1 this season. For more coverage and full results, visit our sports section at bcattv.org and follow us on X at BNEWS Sports. That's all for this week. I am Juliana McGrain, and back to you guys in the studio.
This week, our Red Devil Shoutout goes beyond athletics. 5 Burlington High School students were selected to perform in the MMEA Senior District Music Festival. Let's have a look.
Five Burlington High School students participated in the Massachusetts Music Educators Association Northeast Senior District Music Festival. Antonio Casarano, Arushi Daima, Tuyen Wen, Kai Gon, and Aaron Fitzgerald were selected for their musical skills and dedication. Representing both chorus and orchestra at the senior district level, they were chosen through a highly competitive audition process that included hundreds of students from across northeastern Massachusetts. Selection to the Senior District Music Festival recognizes the talent, commitment, and hard work each of these students demonstrated throughout the audition process. Congratulations to all 5 students. This is your Red Devil Shoutout.
Our photo of the week was sent in by Andrea Matos. Andrea captured this moment at the Civic Expo, featuring BCAT sports reporter Robert Paris getting some first-hand experience with the Burlington Science Center's alligator. Andrea said it shows that BCAT employees like to have fun too. Thanks for the photo, Andrea. Don't forget to send us your photos. The photo could be of something you see around town, on vacation, or even photos of your family and pets and friends. Whenever you think it's interesting and would like to share, send them to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. That's it from the news desk this week. Coming up next week, we'll check in on progress at Overlook Park, hear from the town's health agent and nurse about high flu activity this season, and visit the mall to see how residents are staying active during the winter months. We leave you this week with scenes from the Civic Expo. I'm Phil Gallagher. Thank you for joining us. Have a great week.